Welcome to Challenge Mode, and here's your host, the one and only Ben Sanchez.
Thanks, Dustin. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you, man. I'm good.
Yeah. And
So-
Blue again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's going on with Delta? What's the news over there?
Nothing.
Nothing? You still broadcast for them?
Public address announcing for athletics, but yeah, no
I like
broadcasting yet.
Yeah, how do you like it?
I like it.
How is the
My
season?
taxes kind of took a hit. But
Yeah.
that's fine.
Taxes took a hit?
Yeah.
Well, you live and you learn, right?
I know, I'm an independent contractor.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good deal for you, right?
Yep.
And of course, we are live here on the Voice of San Joaquin. This is Challenge Mode, the entrepreneur show, the only entrepreneur show, airs on Wednesday nights. And of course, all our entrepreneurs are local in the Central Valley, and we love to kind of hear their stories, follow their passions and their dreams to see kind of what they will do and how they will work to get over all these amazing challenges and difficulties that are in the world of entrepreneurship. And today we have, it's really cool because we don't always get to have guests that are within the same vicinity as business owners. And today we have two entrepreneurs, two business owners from Yosemite Street. We've got Patrick and Jimboy. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so before we get started and kind of learn a little bit about what the two of you guys do and where you're from, one question we always ask new guests that come on is, what your first thoughts when you think of an entrepreneur? What is that to you?
To me, it's someone that's not afraid to take the risk and has to learn how to organize that risk
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't give up, no matter what, because you might put in 100, only get 10 back.
Yeah. What do you think, Jimboy?
I mean, I can't really pinpoint the word, man. There's so many things that go into it.
So many.
Emotions and work, blood, sweat, tears,
Yeah.
time. I think time is probably one of the most important thing, and
Mhm.
like probably the thing that takes up the most out of you that goes into it. But and it's just wanting to create something for yourself
Yeah.
is what it really comes down to. In the past, I had jobs with large corporations and stuff, and always felt like I was just a number. Nothing ever really panned out from that.
Mm-hmm.
But being an entrepreneur really gives me a chance to prove not only my worth, but to do something that's going to be impactful for my community, which
Right.
is huge for me.
Yeah, and that's great because going into that, it's what is the importance of an entrepreneur in a community, right?
Yeah.
And so to me, like, over the past couple of years, I've met a lot of people through, the huddle and
Yep.
just going business to business and kind of helping that, fill the void with whatever skill set. Because,
Right.
as an entrepreneur, you're only going to know so much, right?
True.
And then, and the great thing I love about it is all of you guys are learning together, right? And
Yep.
you're trying to work together and you'll meet each other and, hey, what do you need help with? Or how can we help each other?
Baptism under fire, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Real,
That's
man.
what it really
For
comes
real.
down to. Yeah.
So, I mean, Patrick, what are your thoughts about the importance of an entrepreneur in the community?
I think for our community, as it's coming back, because 5-6 years ago it was just not a good place. But
Yeah.
now I see Stockton building so much, and I think it's important to have entrepreneurs here and our own local entrepreneurs, because we know better than anyone how to keep the integrity of our city and where we want to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Mhm.
Because let's face it, like corporations taking over.
Yeah.
And what happens to the mom and pops and everybody else, and Jimboy and I,
Right.
or anybody on Yosemite Street or Miracle Mile or downtown,
Mhm.
I would just hate to see a BJ's like right here, or,
Right. Or
like
another
Starbucks.
Starbucks or
or
something like
Jack
that.
in the Box.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, and you're
The
absolutely
15th
or
Starbucks.
Subway
Yeah.
in this case, or
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's just like we can keep our integrity here because this is our town.
Absolutely.
We care about it.
Yeah. And, the thing about you guys is you're on this really historic street, right?
Very
Yeah.
historic.
So talk a little bit about from just your perspectives on what you know about the history of Yosemite.
The cable car ran down that street,
Mm-hmm.
100 years ago. And, Hagen Museum's right down the street. So that's
Right.
like huge.
Yeah.
Like that whole little iconic area is just rad to me. I mean, I grew up half my life there. So I remember the first time I went to the Blackwater. I was 1984, I think it was.
Wow.
My aunt takes me in there, and I was a little kid, like 11.
Mm-hmm.
I was one.
And she takes me across the street to this place called Fat City, right? And I told her I wanted a sandwich, and she goes there and orders me a sandwich. We go to the Blackwater, we sit down, and she hands me this sprout on whole wheat sandwich, and I was like, "Where's my ham and cheese?" So that's my first memory of the Blackwater, from so long ago.
Wow, 1984.
Yeah.
How about you, Jimboy?
A lot of people don't know this, but Yosemite Street Village, oldest shopping strip in town.
Really?
Downtown.
Okay.
100%.
Outside of
Wow.
downtown was the first strip mall.
Just first strip mall in town. That thing was booming. It was like the hub for everything that was hot going on.
Yeah.
And your business was open 1920?
26 is when the meat market opened.
Wow. Okay.
Approaching 100 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. But, I mean, there's just so much rich history there. And luckily I was able to kind of catch a lot of it from a lot of the old timers and a lot of the regulars who come into the meat market.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's something about it that just excited me, man. And I'm kind of double dipping because I also live like 5 blocks away.
Okay.
On Rose and Argonauts.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fully committed to this thing.
Yeah.
I hear how it was in the past, and I see what I want it to become.
Right.
In the near future. So I mean that's like really, really important to me. And it's all small business owners, local people, and a lot of mom and pops, a lot of families running things through there. And I mean that's just how our town is, man. And I think it should continue like that. And so, there's a lot of good things going on right now and a lot of good people in place. We're trying to keep it rolling.
Yeah. And we're going to jump into that.
For sure.
And before we do that, let's talk a little bit about both your backgrounds, because it seems you both have a connection, right? There's something that brought you back to Yosemite, or you grew up there, you had a memory. Let's talk about kind of your local background and where you grew up and kind of a little bit about that.
Well, I actually grew up on like semi-north side of Stockton, and then ended up making my way west. So, I've been kind of hanging around this area for quite some time now. Our story, my wife and I, is actually very, very cool in relations to how we got into the meat market.
Okay.
George, who was the owner before we bought it from him, his daughter, Lauren, is actually one of our dearest friends in the world. And we've been friends with her for, almost 20 years. I would
Wow.
say. Yeah. And when I first met her, I nicknamed her Beef. real talk right there.
Oh, no.
I'm so serious. I found out her dad was a butcher, and I was like, I'm calling you nothing other than Beef till the day I die.
Uh-huh.
I was in her wedding. My wife was in her wedding. She's my son's godmother. I mean, we're tight, and I consider them family. So does my wife, and I like to think that they consider us a little Filipino family.
Right.
And their youngest son, Daniel, Frank, is our youngest son, Happy's godfather. So we're a family.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And George and I and my son Owen went to a A's Giants game together. Just sitting there talking, George, how'd you get involved in the meat game? Were you involved before, this, that, and the other? And he said, no, Jimboy, honestly, I walked up to the guy and said, I want to buy your meat market. I was like, George, one day that's going to happen to you. He says, it happens to me all the time. But nobody ever has their stuff together. It just doesn't feel right, this, that, and the other. And a couple weeks passed, this, that, and the other. I talked to his older son, and he's like, Jimboy, my dad's going to sell the meat market.
Foreshadowing of things to come, huh?
Exactly, right? And I went in there to talk to him about, ironically enough, not selling the land. Because I thought that'd be residual income for him.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to sell it to this guy. I think he's a broker. If I had it my way, in a perfect world, I'd love to sell it to you and Kim. His exact words.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Get out of here, George. Whatever. And I don't feel it was like a...
No.
It wasn't a hook, you know what I mean?
No.
It was
genuine.
It was genuine, and it's something that he had said that had resonated with me. I went home, told my wife, and she's like, what? Was he serious? Look into it. And then from there, we looked into it. Everything lined up. the stars.
The stars aligned,
the
right?
stars were aligning. You know what I mean? Like we couldn't have scripted it any better.
Right.
And long story short, boom, we end up.
And
buying
here
the
we
meat
are.
Market. Here we are. Boom. Now I'm in the meat game.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
Call you
amazing.
beef now.
Still, and
A baseball game and a conversation. Was that like a
Right,
Field of
right.
Dreams kind of thing?
almost. If you build it, he will come.
Yeah.
He will come. But it's almost like the coolest part is that I really feel like we're able to keep it a family business.
Exactly.
Because the way that I feel about them and the way that we feel about them.
Right, because you know the values that George had. You have like this the history. You know the integrity of that, and you want to continue to foster that great
Right.
relationship and protect that integrity.
Yep.
No, I think that's amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
Doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I don't know, Patrick. Your story.
Maybe I shouldn't have let off there. My bad, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let off.
That one, like,
He was like, boom. He swang for the fences,
Yeah.
right?
got it too. I'm from Stockton, born and raised. Been here all my life. So years ago, I got I have a culinary arts degree in baking. So, but I didn't see it at the time. I was like, I was young, whatever, put it to the side. And then I went back to school years later, become a welder, was doing that. And then all of a sudden, boom, I have a heart attack.
Oh my God.
41.
What?
I have a heart attack at 41. So
What?
I'm like, what? And I was like, man, what am I doing? Like, what am I really doing? This opportunity came up to get the lease and buy, Blackwater. And I said, you know what? That's something I want to try. Because that's going back to because I didn't like welding, but baking and cooking, that's my thing. So I just went back to what I knew from before and gave it a shot. And I'll tell you what, for the last 2 years, hasn't been easy, but it's growing, and growing every day.
Yeah.
New faces every day. It's just nice.
Like, do you feel like you're going to work every day?
Some days I do. Some days I don't. When I feel like I'm not going to work that day when someone else is working, I can just hang out for a minute.
Right.
But
Yeah.
no, it's work. It's work. And they say the restaurant business is 3 to 5 years, so I'm only in 2.5.
Okay.
He's in like 6 months.
I'm in like month 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I still got milk
Yeah.
on my lid. Some
So
of the babies still.
we still
but
got a little ways to go. Still got a little ways to go.
No, that's good.
It's just, I know in my heart of hearts that it's going to be worth it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you think about having your own business is something that you can actually call your own.
Right.
Which
Absolutely.
is so much different than having a job or having a career. You
to
know
be an
what I'm saying?
individual.
Yeah.
Right. And I have 3 small kids, and I think about like the possibility of them coming in and working, and them coming
they
in
will.
potential 100% for free. And,
I tried that one too, so be careful with that
Be
one.
careful.
Jimboy.
and
The whole
potentially,
free thing with your
one
kids.
one of them digging it so much that they're like, you know what, maybe I want to ride this thing out. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Like throughout however many years it's
Right.
been since the meat market's been open, it's changed hands 3 times.
Yeah. Wow. That's it?
That's it.
Just 3?
There was,
Because the
a,
black
there was a
one-
small, there was a brief little stint where some guy came in and had it for less than a year, so I don't really count that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Blackwater's changed hands like 9 times since 1981.
I feel, it has
9
changed
times,
over
yeah.
a lot.
9 times since 1981, and they've tried to call it Yosemite Street Cafe.
On the bus stop.
Yeah.
And the
I remember it
owners
was-
that had made those names, like no matter what, they still called it the Blackwater, and the owners would get so pissed off.
Because it is what it is, man.
It's the Blackwater. You
It's
cannot-
a staple. And
So,
like,
so here's my question. Why is it called the Blackwater?
Because coffee's black,
Okay.
so Blackwater.
Okay. I thought there might have been something else that I was missing
I
behind
asked
it.
that question. They're like, that was just what they came
I
up
thought
with.
your water and your sewer lines got crossed.
Yeah.
The water would come out black, and they're like,
I thought it was
Try to get
related to a
good.
song or something, right?
No, it's not. They named it from what I've been told. They named it Blackwater
Okay.
because of the coffee.
is
Coffee's Blackwater.
Yeah, it's black water. It literally is black water.
Okay.
Mind blown.
Yeah, I know.
right?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's cool. Like, there's all this amazing stuff that's going on. Maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago, we had Miguel come in and talk about the Friends of Yosemite
Oh,
Street.
yeah.
Miguel the Truth,
Yeah.
Miguel.
our savior.
And,
We love him.
And,
We love him.
And it was really amazing to sit down with him and Martina and just talk
I got a lot
about
of energy.
everything
great.
that's going on. And unfortunately, that it was difficult because everything that happened to Julie, and
Right.
you guys have been super supportive of that. And I know you were one of the locations to help kind of sell
Well,
the
just,
floral
for a minute there, she was like, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, hey, you got Valentine's Day going on.
Yep.
Bring it here to the
Yeah.
shop and we'll make
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
And, we'll see what happens.
And that's what I love about entrepreneurs and the spirit of that is because you guys all banded together. Like, we sold stuff in Terra and the Mexican
Right.
Heritage Center. We had Freckled Moon was in on that, I think, too. And you guys,
Yeah.
and that's what's amazing is like when something happens, to an entrepreneur, like everybody rallies together, very similar to like a community we're trying to build and strengthen. And you guys are kind of the leaders and pioneers of that, I think. I feel like
It
it.
takes
Takes a village.
It
Yeah.
truly does. And I mean, no
Mm-hmm.
lie, I've been using that for years, man. I mean, like, I had friends who had kids at an early age. Guess what? You got 19, 20-year-old people who are surrounding this person and this guy's kid to help him out because they know it's tough. And
Yeah.
I mean, it goes for everything, man. It really does take a village. And that's our town.
Yeah.
That's who we are. That's what we are.
Right.
And it's just reaching out and just trying to help your person out.
No, and I think it's fantastic, and Julie and Miguel really took the leap to spearhead this
Oh, they
Friends
did.
of Yosemite,
They
and I
really
know
have. Yep.
Leslie's been
Yeah,
a
she's
cornerstone
instrumental
of
for
that,
sure. Yep.
and Martina's
Martina
got on there.
Nails. Yep.
So now let's talk a bit about like your involvement in this. Like, what have you seen so far? As from what we know. That's going on over there, and we've seen some cleanup. We've heard that you guys have gotten together at your establishment or
Yep.
if your establishment. So what are the two roles for the two of you in this?
This is our business watch commander.
Oh,
right
there we
here,
go.
huh? He's the
Still waiting on the
commander.
badge, still waiting on the badge.
Here to serve, right?
I got sworn in, but I
Yeah.
haven't gotten a badge yet. Well, the Friends of Yosemite Street Village, first and foremost, that's what kicked this whole thing off.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my man Miguel.
Yes.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Julie.
Yes.
Shout out to Martina.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Big shout out, yes.
Huge shout out.
Huge. Thank
shout
you.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think about Miguel every single day, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the way that he's able to kind of like
Navigate. I mean, just
exactly
make things happen.
Yeah, he's just master navigator. He's just master idea come upper, which is probably isn't even a word, but I just made it.
We did it right here. It's a first.
Hello.
First on challenge mode. Idea come upper.
Holler at me, Webster's Dictionary. But I mean, just his ability to have an idea and to put it down on paper and to actually make it happen and to follow through with it is incredible.
Yeah.
And he's a block boy too.
Yeah.
He lives 9 houses away from the shop.
Yeah.
And he has a job.
Yeah.
So he's
Right.
got to deal with that too.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is a whole other job
Yeah,
for him.
this
It's
is all
it's
extracurricular.
The work he like.
Yeah.
He told us today that he was going to go visit 300 houses in the community or
Boom.
something like
Woo.
that. And that mean
He
on your
just-
day
he
off?
Just, he just has
Passion.
one great passion for the
Passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He loves Stockton.
He loves Stockton and he loves our area, which is so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, he's the reason why we got involved in Restaurant Week.
Exactly, because I
no
was
lie.
like, I don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I was
he
probably,
pushed me to do it. He made me, basically,
Yeah.
he made me do it. He's like, Patrick, you're doing Restaurant Week this time. Last year, you didn't
Yeah.
do it. This time, you're going to do it. It was great.
That's
I was,
good.
I was 2 months into the gig. I didn't even know what I was doing. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
Jimboy,
I remember
listen,
that.
Yeah.
You have some great things going on here. You need to be a part of Restaurant Week. I'm going to help you out with it. Boom. Next thing you know, dominoes start falling. Article drops. Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to kind of piggyback on what he's done for us in this Yosemite Street Village thing, I mean, we got people coming out, volunteering their own time to come and clean up an area that they may or may not be really involved in with.
Right.
Being that they live around the corner, who say they go and hang out there. I don't know, but
Right.
at least he's banding people together
No.
and he's pushing the issue and he's making them known that this is something that needs to happen, and he's huge.
He's
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
He's huge. My involvement, I mean, I host the meetings for our Yosemite Street.
Yep.
You know, Jimboy hosts the neighborhood watch,
Business watch,
sorry,
business watch meetings.
Yeah.
watch commander.
Yeah. There you go.
I host and play my part. When we do the cleanups, I make sure that there's plenty of coffee out there for everybody to drink. But
Yeah.
also, when they do the cleanups, I'm prepping and getting ready for my brunch, so
Oh, okay.
I can't
There
really
we
get
go.
out there and clean too much
Yeah.
because I get to
I'm
rock and
closed
roll.
on the weekend, so I'm hanging
Oh,
out.
there you go.
Yeah, he's hanging out.
No, and that's fantastic because when they came in, they really talked about some of the structure, some of the things that they wanted to do, and I got to sit and talk with Miguel more and kind of challenge him a little bit on certain things. And I know we talked about that app, and he was showing people about the app and different things that were going on there. And how, I said maybe because you're going to eventually see a disconnect with the age of people in tech, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's great to have a workshop to kind of say, hey, here's how it is, here's how it works, here's how you can use it on your device and kind of help you out. And I know he's planned a lot of different things, but as far as your involvement goes going forward, what are we looking at from Friends of Yosemite down a month or two out, maybe?
I think that'd probably be a little bit too soon.
Too soon?
A month or two
now
out?
I know.
A month or two out. I mean, no, I really don't think it's going to be too soon, man. I mean, that guy has ideas like pouring out of his brain like
he
crazy.
does, and he stays on top of us.
And so, I mean, you're familiar with National Night Out.
No, that's
right?
fun. Yeah.
How like blocks get together, neighborhoods get together, they hang out, they do things that are like community involved, get to know your neighbor type of deal.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll out the biggest National Night Out in Stockton.
I'm in.
Yosemite Street Village.
Closing down the
What
street.
day?
Come see it.
What day?
August 5th.
August 5th, really?
The street
Let's ride.
down, everything.
I may or may not be right on that, but
Okay.
I know it's one certain day that it's all going
That's
down.
gonna
No.
happen.
We're closing the block down, and so my National Night Out, it probably spanned a radius of like 3 blocks.
Okay.
We're going like 15 blocks.
Whoa.
Because that's where we are.
Yeah.
I mean, the Yosemite Street Village is not only confined to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 blocks. I mean, we're talking like going all the way to Harding, to Pershing,
Sweet.
to Lincoln.
On the other side of Victory Park.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
because that this is our area right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So we're going to throw a big old blowout National Night Out. And if you live in the hood, you should probably come through and
Yeah,
check
that's
it.
it. Come on
It's gonna
down
go
if you're in
down.
the neighborhood.
Who knows? Might be doing some sausages.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know.
really? All
Might have a
right.
jump house for the kids.
Mhm.
Might have a face painter. I don't know.
Gonna be a lot.
I might be painting faces. I don't know. I'm not an artist though. But yeah, so that's one thing that we know is definitely on the agenda as a for sure deal.
Yeah. You got a
But
date locked in for sure.
We have a date locked in, and we have support from the city, and we have support from the PD, and we have support from our council member, Christina Fugazi.
Perfect.
She's on board. Michael Tubbs showed his love and sent supporters out.
Okay,
So,
great.
they're on board with that. But then, like we also want to kind of have a little street fairs on the block.
That's the plan.
Why not?
They've did it before there.
Yeah.
So
They used to have street fairs on Yosemite Street constantly. And why it stopped, I don't know. But we can't really dwell on that. We just got to keep it moving forward. And we got to figure out how we can get it done.
How do we do it again?
Exactly.
Right. And how do we do it better and
Yep.
keep it positive, for
Yep.
the neighborhood? Now, how's the feedback been with the neighbors and everything? A lot of people on board.
I think it's been great, man.
No, it's been
And
super great to see new faces every time. Every time we have a meeting, new faces. It's nice.
yeah.
It's really nice.
You kind of touched on like the generational gap, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
People who are hip to apps and who are on Facebook and versus people,
Social media, yeah.
social media in general.
And then you've got your seniors,
who call it the Facebook still,
Do they?
The
The Facebook?
the Facegram. I'm not on the Facegram.
Yeah.
Can you send me a mailer?
Uh-huh.
No, we
Yeah.
don't do that.
A
but-
flyer? Can I
Yeah,
get a flyer?
Can I get a
Yeah.
flyer? But no, I mean it's actually really working out because a lot of the local businesses, me, Pat, everybody else down the block, we're posting flyers in our windows when we're gonna have meetings, and a lot of the people, I mean, I've noticed it that a lot of people who live in the neighborhood are really coming into our places.
And I make sure that everybody comes to that door. I say, ask them if they're from
Boom.
this neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're like,
How'd
well,
you hear
yes,
about
I
us?
am.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about us?
How'd you
Yeah.
hear about-
What do you mean? I
oh,
live 5 doors away. What are you talking
Awesome.
about?
I'm
Yeah.
like, and then I tell them, about these community meetings, and
Yep.
then people show up.
Yeah.
They get like, really, you guys are really doing this, and they want to get involved.
It's
They
been
truly
powers
wanna
and
get
numbers.
it-
Power
it's
and numbers,
nice.
man.
No,
It really has
absolutely.
been.
And
catch
especially
on,
having
like-
public figures behind you too, like Christine
100%.
Fugazi. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and I think that people see the genuine excitement that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can feel the buzz and what's happening.
Yeah.
You hear your neighbor talking about, oh yeah, I went to this meeting, blah, blah, blah. They're doing all this for the street, for the block.
Right.
I mean, it's multiplying, and it's really, really cool to see. It's
It
really,
is.
really,
I'm-
it's even cooler to be a part of. To be
It
honest
really
with
is.
you.
Yeah. When we outgrow the Blackwater, we're gonna have to go somewhere else for a meeting. Have to hold them in the street.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? That's the
Right.
end goal. And
Right.
so now I know there's another cleanup coming up, right?
That's coming up on the 28th.
28th.
Yeah,
Yep.
the 28th.
Wow,
7
that's-
a.m.
that's very
We got to do it early because if we don't, cars start pulling up. And
Okay.
Then they're no way. So
Shout out to Waste Management for donating a dumpster to us.
Thank you.
Hello.
Awesome.
Support your town.
yes.
And then so tell me a little bit about, I know I spoke to Ava a little bit and she talked about like this plant idea, or to group up together and plant something in front of the business.
Oh, adopt the plot?
Adopt a
Adopt
plot?
a plot, yeah.
So talk about adopt a plot. This is kind of neat.
It's really cool, man, because like all the people locals in our area, they're like, oh, I'll take that lot. I'll take that lot. Oh, I'll take that lot. So it's gonna be pretty soon when there's no more lots left. I just happen to have Julie Stockton Flores and Martina on my lot, which is nice.
Yeah. Very
It's
cool.
nice, yeah. And Miguel's got the one next door. Who's
Yep.
got yours?
I think Julie just planted them.
Then it's
So-
Julie's lot too.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're up for grabs. I mean, I'm more than willing to share them.
Yeah.
It's a super cool concept, man. I mean, because for whoever hasn't been down Yosemite Street, we have is trees that are going down the block. And then around the trees are kind of like square borders.
Right.
And they used to be occupied with just straight dirt. But the adopt a plot concept, it allows people to come in and literally adopt a plot, which I thought was going to be something totally different.
Oh, okay.
Kind of morbid to me.
Uh-huh.
I got wind of it. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. But they come in.
Yeah, it could have been like buy a tea, plant a tree or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But you don't have to buy the tree.
Yeah.
You take care
Yeah,
of the plot.
you take care of the plot,
around it,
yes.
You know what I mean? So people can come in, they plant their own plants, they're responsible for watering them, and in turn they can take pride in what they do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really, really cool. And
No, it's
I
really
don't know
cool.
how many more are available. I think there may only be like 5 left.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I had
things are booming.
I had a customer. What was it last weekend? She came in and did a whole embroidery thing
Hello.
on my stick. And she's like, "Can I do this?" And I was like, you better ask Julie Stockton Flores before I let you can do anything." And Julie was totally down with it.
Well,
But
yeah,
it's
it's
just
her,
nice
it's her
that
plot. You can do whatever
No, it's
you
not even her
want,
plot.
yeah.
She just
Oh, it's really
she's,
not?
she's gonna do like everybody's like that.
No,
Like,
she's a rogue plotter.
yeah. Monica,
Rogue planner.
she's great, man. She's great.
No, that's and that's great. That's what I love about hearing you guys are always coming up with new ideas, and you're all aboard, and all the businesses are all aboard, right? As far as I know,
Yeah.
which is great.
I just think it's cool because it's creative ways to involve people to actually like feel like some sense of pride and ownership on what's going on in the village.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, not everybody can be a business owner.
Yeah.
But you can volunteer and be a plot owner.
Exactly.
Hello, you can tag your name to that.
Yeah.
Or,
well,
we
everybody wants to be a part of something, right?
Hell, yeah, you really do. And
Exactly.
if we do this, like one thing that's in the works is we're thinking about getting garbage cans. Not plain garbage cans, but having people decorate them.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a way to involve the community and, just get them more active and get them involved. I just think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. And you guys, like I told Miguel, I'm excited to see like what's going down the pipeline because,
Right.
You got this momentum. You made the papers. You're getting publicity. You've got the city behind you. So now it's like it's full steam ahead. Where are we going to go next? And
Right.
that's the exciting part.
No, it is.
It just
It really
the
is.
block deserves everything.
I mean, it's historic,
right.
and it's like been abandoned almost for
It
the last
deserves it, man.
for how many years. So now, like,
Yeah.
getting the recognition it's crazy. Like in front of my shop, there's a pole that's been sitting there that is not even used for it's been there for like 100 and something years. From the cable car era.
Right.
Yeah.
The cable car turned down the street on
Wow.
Yosemite Street. Yeah.
That's amazing. So let's talk about Blackwater. Now that we kind of talked about what's going on in Yosemite Street, let's focus on what are you doing over there that's a little different from. I mean, we talked a little bit about the history.
Right.
And we talked there's 9 owners.
I think 7 or 9.
yeah.
Something odd.
And
yeah.
and so now when you come in, what were you thinking?
So I kind of knew what was going on with the Blackwater. I mean, I knew, and then there was a lot of failures here. It was this and I didn't want to do the same thing over and over that all the past 7 owners have done. Throw punk rock shows and try to sell as much beer you can, and then have the cops hustle you.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm against punk rock at all, but I'm like, hey, let me do something different. So I bring food in. So that was my thing, and then I wanted to keep the place diverse for every kind of music, every kind of genre. Any people can come and feel comfortable, and I swear every time someone comes in, they say, wow, this place is like relaxing.
Yeah.
I could chill here, and then next thing you know, they're sitting there by themselves, and next thing you know, they're pulled into a conversation, and they're nobody knows anybody. They're just talking, and it's fun to watch.
Right.
And like it's just fun to see the Blackwater evolve because, like I said, when I bring the cooking in, the food, everybody at first was like, "Oh yeah, right," but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then every weekend it grows, and then I have live music on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 1, which makes it fun for brunch.
Right.
I'm coming up with a revolving menu, and I want to start do seasonal and more local. You know?
Okay.
We also have a great open mic night on Wednesdays it's gaining so much traction, and it's really fun to watch people. Like I've seen people come in and like Anthony Garibay, he's a great guitar player. So he comes in the first time and he's like shaking and he's like, "Can I have a beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I remember it, right?" I'm like, "Can I get a beer?" And, you know, so he gets his beer and he like chugs it down and he's like shaking. And I'm making some food back there, and all of a sudden I hear something. I'm like, "What?" And this kid is straight just getting in, and everybody just stops, and she's shredding. So it's just great to see people grow. And now he has getting little gigs. He started another band, and I've seen that so many times. And then when youth come in, you know, there's a youth, Leo. He comes in like 2 years ago, and he's like he's pretty good. But now his dad and him and his cousins, they're playing at the Asparagus Festival last week.
Wow.
You know, they're getting
That's
gigs
cool.
at Whiskey Barrel. They're doing this, so it's just fun to see like everybody grow.
No, and that's
nice.
good, and that's what I've heard a lot about the Blackwater. I haven't been in, since you've taken over and since you've done things, but I have seen, and of course, a lot of musicians that I've run into that are from around the area. Jordan Waters has played there, and he's fantastic, and that's what I love, and that's what I hear the most about musicians. When musicians come on the show, or when I ask local musicians, that's one of the things is they get stuck in this loop of nobody can hear my stuff and what am I going to do or where am I going to play. And it's great that there's venues out there like you have on Yosemite Street that you can work with them and collaborate and give them a platform to play, right?
And it's nice because like I said, they come, they get comfortable, and the next thing you know, they're getting gigs somewhere else. They're getting paid gigs.
Yeah.
That's huge, and I love hearing about it. Like I love hearing about how someone started at the Blackwater and got over their nervousness, got their stuff together, and now they're playing, the wineries, or they're playing here or there. It's
selling out arenas.
Yeah.
Soon,
right?
Soon, you know. And we do have some very, very talented artists here.
Well,
I get to, and it's nice because I kind of get to see them before everybody else does.
Yeah, and that's special, right? You kind of grow along with them. You're growing, your business is growing, and then an artist comes in and they're starting and they're growing too.
And it's not like you just started doing this or the Blackwater started doing
right.
this.
The Blackwater,
the Blackwater's been known for having
open mic is like
open
mic,
thing, live music,
it's like
giving people shots forever.
Yeah.
And it's so big that you're keeping it like that. And
and like I said,
to your roots.
I wanted to keep the Blackwater the same and have the same feel, but also I wanted to make it my own and not keep doing what everybody else did. And so I talked to a gentleman today, Mitch, and he's the one that started the open mic in 1981. And he was giving me the whole rundown.
Wow.
How he started it. It was like on a Monday, and he had a radio station at UOP. He went to the owner.
I wonder if it was K-Pac.
I think it was.
Probably was, yeah.
And he was like, goes to the owner. He goes, "Hey, how do you think about just serving coffee and some donuts? You don't have to be here tonight, and I'm just going to run this jam session." Next thing you know, the jam sessions turned into open mic where it's packed every week. So Blackwater was the first open mic. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's the longest running open mic because they've always been there.
1981, yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a while.
Like a lot of bands that play, like Cake has played there. I mean, we just had Klooster just came in like about 6 months ago and brought all the best musicians in town.
Wow.
Texon, everybody, and they just jammed down. It was so fun to watch. So fun.
That's amazing.
So I get to see those nights are really fun. And they're interesting to see the whole diversity of. I've had hip hop there. I've had punk rock. I've had Celtic rock. I've had. You name it, I've had it. Comedy now, Marcellus is coming in and he's doing his comedy.
Oh, there you go.
Every open mic, and he's
Very
fun. You
cool.
know Marcellus, right?
Yeah, I've met him before.
He's
Yeah,
a great guy, man. He's a funny guy. I always give him a hard time to sit up in the front and go like this. Yeah. I'm like,
Throw
you're
tomatoes
not
at
going
Right.
to do the same game
Yeah.
as you did last week. And
Right.
I'm not trying to harass him. I like to see him grow, and he's growing.
Right, and you want to challenge the artist too,
Oh, yeah,
and
and we
kind of see that
fully
growth.
support.
Mm-hmm.
Fully support. If there was a heckler in the house, I would go to them and say, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah,
I'm not even like gonna give you a warning. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah.
because these people are putting their heart out,
They really are.
and they,
Yeah.
they do. You know,
no, and we follow the same philosophy over at Terra. We started open mic night literally like
Fridays or Saturdays.
yeah,
I
we
saw
do
that, right?
Friday, the last Friday of the month, and we started it 3 months ago. And like the first one was over 100 people. I was like, I
Nice.
cannot believe how many people are in this coffee
Nice.
shop. And so now what we do is we've decided we want to feature an artist. So on the upper second floor of Terra, we have where they can hang their art and people can go up and
That's
check
fun.
it out.
That's fun.
We have the open gallery of the Heritage Center, and then we have the stage in the front. And it's amazing to see just all these local people come together, and and we got a wide variety of stuff. It's not just musicians, but we have people doing spoken word. We've got
Oh, yeah.
all types of people. So I think this is great because this kind of resonates throughout Stockton. Like you hear, you can go to Blackwater, and then the next week, maybe it's somewhere else, and then they come by Terra, or they come by Impresso, and they come by all. I think that's great. Like we try and push people. If you come here, don't forget Impresso's there on Saturday, or don't forget their Wednesdays always over at Blackwater. So, I mean, and they're again going all the way back around to the entrepreneurial kind of community building spirit. We're trying to keep all those local places
Gotta
and get
support
those
your
people
locals.
funnel through.
Have to support your locals.
Takes a village.
Takes a village.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Takes a village, man. It really
Full
does.
circle. We're gonna make some T-shirts and sell them.
That's right.
Takes a village. Boom.
That's the shirt.
Yeah.
Takes a village.
Takes a bit-
That
Takes
was
a Yosemite
Jimboy's
village?
catchphrase over here.
Ooh.
He fed that to Miguel on our last meeting, and Miguel was like, "I want it."
Yeah. So now, what's on the horizon for Blackwater? Like, what do you have other things planned, or other things that you feel like you want to do?
Yeah, well, like I've always have my open mics, and then I always do my weekend brunches and stuff like that. And then always there's so many. Like this weekend, I have like 3 bands booked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mudville Deb will be there on Friday. Dirk Hamilton will be there on Saturday. And I really just got this other band or bands, and I can't remember all their names right now.
Okay.
That'll be on
Promoter.
Sunday too. It's gonna be.
Wow.
I know. Hey, I don't do the music.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't book the music. I don't do any of the music. Actually, my good buddy Jason Whelan, he does all the booking and takes
Okay.
care of all that because it takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
Know your strength.
You
Know
know?
your strengths. Yeah,
And he's a
exactly.
musician himself, so it's easy for him, and he he checks into it, talks to him, books it, so it makes it nice. It's one less stress for me.
Right.
But as far as like where the Blackwater is going, I'm gonna go more seasonal and more farm to table.
Okay.
That's where my direction is gonna be going here.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll
because if I'm gonna say I'm gonna support locals, then I better start supporting locals
Yeah.
all the way.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, that's great. It's exciting to see. I'm glad to hear that, that's grown and that people are really responding to that, and, that the feedback's really, incredible. And then of course, just down the way, we have Jimboy. So what's going on with Yosemite? Now you're 6 months into this, the meat market.
Yep.
What are your going in initially? What were your ideas for trying to, you kept the philosophy the same, kept the integrity the same.
Yep.
But what are you doing to put your own twist on this?
I mean, at first I just didn't want to screw it up. Really and truly. I was
Yeah.
like, man, if I can like run this thing the way that it's been going and just not screw it up, that'd be totally cool with me.
Yeah.
But I mean, just because I've seen we have just such good support from our regulars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's our lifeblood. And and all of our regulars are all fibers of our community,
Exactly.
which is so cool.
Mhm.
Like the range of people who come into the meat market to have lunch.
Mhm.
I mean, it goes from people who work downtown. A lot of farmers come in.
Right.
A lot of businessmen come in.
Mhm.
A lot of people who just are in the mix
Mhm.
come there because they know it's comfortable. They know they can go there, get good eats,
Right.
hang out, have a conversation,
Mhm.
and not be interrupted by anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's a place that they can go and just chill out, do their thing.
Mhm.
So I mean, initially that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't screw it up, and I was scared of that.
Yeah.
So, I did everything that I
He's
could.
making moves though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's making moves.
We're making lightweight moves. We're not rocking the boat too hard.
Yeah.
No, he's
I didn't come in and paint the walls white.
Right.
No.
Yeah. No.
It's one of those things like for me, I've never been in the restaurant business. I've never even worked at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do have my culinary art baking degree, and I do love to cook, but it's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you don't anticipate. Like, oh, that'll be easy. It's only 1,000 square feet. I just go in there and hang out, and everybody. I have 2 employees, and everything's gonna be wonderful and great. No, forget
Yeah.
about it. When you get off after 14 hours, you still gotta go home and pay the bills.
Yeah.
So
I just did small stuff, man. Like, new menu, matching silverware. I feel like,
okay, I don't even have that.
Like things that were really on my mind that I
Yeah.
needed to address. Boom, made that happen. But I mean, what we got going on, we're just trying to do it right. Where George was doing dry aged steaks, like occasionally.
I eat those too. They're
Really?
Dry
really
aging
good.
steaks like madmen. Over
Really?
Yeah.
I eat
Okay.
those all the time, and
We're the only
they
place-
are
we're the only place in
tasty.
town who's
Yeah.
dry aging steaks.
Okay.
And
Wow.
They are tasty.
So
too.
like that's
Okay.
one thing that we're going to be known for. Like we're going to be the spot where you can get a dry aged steak if we have it because they've
Right.
been selling out as soon as
Okay.
we get them in. And also like handmade sausages.
I
That's
saw
one
that.
thing that my
Yeah.
wife pushed super hard. She said, "There's so many people from this area that drive out to Lockford
Yeah.
to go get
Yes.
sausages.
Absolutely.
Why?
Why?
Can they not come to the meat market and get sausages that are handmade?"
I don't think they hand make them anymore, do they?
I don't know if they do or not,
Not sure.
but I know we're hand making them over there.
That's what I'd
Okay.
like to hear.
There we
Made
go.
with these hands right here. And and to me, like definition of a handmade sausage has to like be legitimately handmade. So I'm not using starters or anything like that. No nitrates or any other kind of like crazy words that are involved with like extending the life of sausages or any other kind of like preservatives or anything like that.
Right.
It's straight pork. It's spices. It's herbs, casings. Done.
Right.
So I didn't know this, but this actually expanded our reach to customers. People are on like paleo diets, keto diets.
There you
whatever
go.
else it
Okay.
may be. They're like, "Do you use
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
sausage?" I'm like,
Exact-
"Bro, I don't even know what that is." So that's a no.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I got a list of 10 things that go in this
Yeah.
sausage, and none of them is longer than 9 letters.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and like that's really cool.
Yeah.
So like as people are changing and as like things are kind of shifting to whether different kind of diets or whatnot, like
Or their eating habits. Yeah.
eating habits, we're getting people to come into the meat market who never would have stepped foot inside there,
Right.
which I call strangers. Not in a bad way.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I ask everybody, how'd you hear about us? You live on the block? Oh, no. You've been here before? No.
Right.
First time here? Boom. Stranger.
Yeah.
Love it. Hope you come back.
Love
So, yeah, like that's just keeping it fresh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's nothing better than fresh coffee, fresh sausage, fresh,
Absolutely.
fresh burgers,
Fresh burgers.
Come on.
Woo.
grinding beef. Every
Oh,
single day.
right.
What about the lamb burger? Does that
Lamb
come back
burgers.
yet? Is that
Lamb
come back- is that
burger.
back
Really?
Yeah.
yet?
Okay.
That thing is good.
It's
got an
really-
awesome
it's
lamb
just,
burger.
it's just insane, like the possibilities that we have. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I want to keep the integrity the same. I want to keep the quality the same.
Absolutely.
Expand on the menu a little bit, whatever we can. Like Pat,
Mm-hmm.
genius idea, keeping it seasonal.
Yeah.
Like, we have a treasure trove of produce and agriculture around us in Stockton.
Absolutely.
Why not tap into it?
Yeah.
We've actually been able to do that. And, a lot of our farmers who are our customers, they show support, drop stuff off to us.
Yes.
Boom. We feature it in the menu, give them a thank you, offer them money. Don't worry about it.
Just trade for food.
Yeah.
Trade for food. I'm
And
not here to
they'll
sell.
pay for their food.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
They're
Yeah.
coming in with boxes of asparagus or
I
boxes
mean,
of potatoes. And
I can't say for certain, but I think they almost like it better to give their product to somebody who's local in their town who's going to use it for other people in the town versus turning around and selling it to a bunch of other people.
Right. Yeah.
And that says something about, like, the makeup of them. And, so, I mean, that's what's going on, man.
And it builds great rapport too.
It
I mean,
totally does.
yeah.
Yeah. You're doing this for your town.
my uncle's he's a asparagus farmer, the local one for the clients, and I pump his asparagus out all the time. I'm like, you want it free?
Yeah.
I just came by and dropped him off 2 or 3 bunches of
Nice.
Okay.
I just plug, and the asparagus is here in San Joaquin Valley is great.
Oh yeah.
It
Of course,
is
that's why you
great.
have that festival, right?
Hello.
Well,
Yep.
hopefully next year too.
So another thing I wanted to kind of ask both of you guys, now that you kind of both shared a little bit about your business and what we, and of course the events that are coming up too. I know, as entrepreneurs, we can't be everywhere, but
Right.
at some point, do you ever feel like, are there certain things that I want to participate in outside of Yosemite Street? Do I want to jump over to another pop-up somewhere else? Do I want to, be featured somewhere different and kind of showcase that?
I'm not against it at all. You know, I if it's local in Stockton, you know, I am totally down to support any local business in Stockton. You know, and do pop up or go over here anywhere. You know, but like for me, like I'm still getting the wheel going,
Right,
so
yeah.
I don't have the time to really get out there and do it yet, you know, and network and do those things and
Yeah.
join these festivals and stuff like that. Because I also have a hot dog cart.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's called Blackwater on Wheels. And, you know, in the wintertime, it sits around, but now we just pulled it back out today. So we'll have quick bites, and I want to, take a look at doing the music in the park, and doing things like that.
Right. Music in the park's always been huge.
So that's my thing. And in the evening times when I have the open mic, it gets hot. So
Yeah.
I don't want to run the stoves and everything. So we put the hot dog cart in front, and it might not have hot dogs. It might have pulled pork sandwiches or this or that,
Oh, yeah.
But it keeps it out of the kitchen so it's not hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Jimboy, have you thought about anything beyond that? I know it's only 6 months in. You got a lot going on.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm Stockton through and through, man.
Yeah.
209 run through these veins. Believe that.
Yeah.
We're constantly out and about, showing love to other places, and this, that, and the other. But I mean, I guess the weird thing is we've never been on the business owner side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, we've always been just people from the town supporting, going out, having fun, showing our kids a good time, this, that, and the other, mingling. I don't think that's going to change, man. I mean, first and foremost, priority, Yosemite Street Village.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes.
But Yosemite Street Village isn't cracking every single day, every single weekend of the year. So,
Yeah.
and we have this whole town that's
Yep.
going off. So, I mean,
Events are everywhere.
events are everywhere, man. And,
Everywhere.
it's like, we're going to hit as many as we can, you know? And it's not only to go and, like, network with other people. It's to, like, go out and support our town.
Yeah.
Which it really
Support our
comes
town,
down to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're Stocktonians.
And I don't like to eat the same food over and over.
Yeah.
I want to go support another local because I'm tired of eating this or getting tired.
No, I mean, it'd be great.
I'll go eat at his spot sometimes when I'm just
It'd be great to see you guys pop in or be a part of like a stock market or
For sure.
something
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
and showcase
Catch
the food.
Catch us at the next stock market.
Yeah.
Might be serving sausages.
I'd love it to see it. Wouldn't you, Dustin?
Yeah, I would. Sorry, I had to put the mic on.
Yeah. No, because they've been talking about all this food, man, and we gotta swing by there.
We do. We have to hit Yosemite.
Come see us, Dustin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great places over there.
And tell people at Delta. Tell the Delta
Well,
students, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they love finding new stuff.
And and of course,
live music and they get smoked salmon, eggs Benedict, with asparagus.
There
or
you go.
Who knows? Or the country Benedict.
Yeah, there you go.
so where can we find you at? What website, social media? How do we contact you guys?
For me, my Instagram is Blackwater209. My Facebook is Blackwater Cafe. Right now, I have someone working on my website because I had one,
Okay.
lost it, and now I'm working on another one right now.
Okay. And Jimboy, you got a website?
Yeah, you catch me on Tinder. No, I'm just kidding. I'm happily married. Shout out to Kim. I love you.
Whoa, that escalated fast.
Oh,
No, website, negative.
Okay.
In the works.
Right, but you got social media, right?
Contemplating in the works. Do we really need a website? We're a meat market and deli. I'm not sure about that.
Right.
The reach what we get, Instagram, Yosemite Meat Market 209. And, we have Facebook page, Yosemite Meat Market. No Twitter.
Okay.
I don't do the Twitter
I
yet.
have a Twitter, but I don't ever use it.
I need to get a good Twitter handle. before
Yes.
I
Yeah.
get a Twitter account.
Isn't
You know
that
what I
really
mean?
important to
Yeah.
keep them uniform? Like
You
once you
have
get
to,
one,
yeah.
it's like I gotta have. If I'm 209s in there, I gotta get one that's the same across the board, right?
I have 209 everything involved in my life. Man.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying, dude. Like, I mean, every single password that I have involves 209. Don't hack me. Hashtag
Yeah.
don't hack me.
So, yeah.
Hashtag loyal to the soil. Like, that's me. But, yeah, man, find us. Come come see us.
Yeah.
Come to the
Yeah.
block. 915 North
Yeah.
Yosemite.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pat's address.
912 North Yosemite.
Boom.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for coming on the show.
No,
It's
thank
been
you, man.
a
Appreciate
great
it.
conversation. Hopefully everybody can, that's listening, or if you catch us on YouTube and you catch us later on Facebook, you can, visit these guys. Of course, we're tagging you on Facebook when it's done,
Tag me.
and shooting it over and sharing it so that everybody can see and hopefully taste all this amazing food that you guys have been talking about,
Yes,
and
sir.
experience a lot of local artists too, a lot of local musicians that are coming through and
Lots.
playing. And there's no spot like this, Yosemite Avenue in street or the
Yosemite
street. It's its own
Hidden gem.
own hidden gem.
We're making a
gem.
village.
Come see us.
And
Yeah.
I know Leslie and Miguel have teased this, and we don't know yet, and I don't know if you guys know, but I hear there's something else coming
We
soon.
can't talk about that yet.
It's coming.
We'd have to
It's
have
on the
you-
horizon.
have you
I'll have to sign an
non-disclosure.
NDA.
We can't talk about that one.
But anyways, keep tabs on the Friends of Yosemite and all the businesses, because there's something coming.
Oh,
something's
coming.
Yeah, and I hear it's incredible.
Friends of Yosemite Street Village.
Yes.
Instagram.
Yep.
Find us.
Follow
Yeah.
them.
Follow
Follow.
us. Give us a follow.
Please do.
Facebook page.
Instagram.
Next door. Miguel, see? That's Miguel at work, man. That man's got to go
Yeah.
down.
And of course, you all listening to Challenge Mode, this is the first official episode of season 4. We made it to 40 episodes. It's incredible. Thanks for following us. We have over 150 Instagram users. They love Instagram, more than anything. So it's great to share, a lot of that information. Of course, you can listen to all of season 1 on SoundCloud right now for free. And you can catch all of the extra episodes and everything that you missed on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the Voice of San Joaquin and Voice of Stockton. So we love all your support, and thanks for tuning in. And if you catch us later, don't forget to tell all your friends about the Yosemite Street and everything. August 5th, I'm looking forward to it. And of
Yes.
course, anything else that's going to pop up soon.
National Night Out.
National Night
Let's
Out.
do it.
It's gonna happen.
The biggest one in town.
And thanks for the support. And of course, thank you guys
Oh,
again.
thank you, man. I really appreciate it. This
Great
was
chat.
awesome. Yep.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you next time.